I don't know, I'm going to pass through one of these sites. So we step up and spend money before we make money. I don't believe in the public sector, be it the municipality, to help the city find their natural vocations. So we do it,
Picture this, a charismatic Brazilian entrepreneur with a Midas touch, turning everything he touches into gold. That was Eike Batista in the early 2000s. His journey from gold mines to oil rigs reads like a Hollywood script, complete with dizzying heights and devastating lows. Batista's early ventures in gold mining weren't just successful, they were the stuff of legend. Imagine a young man barely out of his 20s, striding through the Amazon, transforming muddy rivers into rivers of gold. By the 1990s, he wasn't just mining gold, he was creating empires. In 2007, Batista unveiled his masterpiece, OGX, an oil and gas company that promised to make Brazil the new Saudi Arabia. The hype was electric. Investors weren't just buying shares, they were buying into a dream. OGX's IPO wasn't just successful, it was a feeding frenzy. But here's where the tale takes a twist. OGX wasn't just drilling for oil, it was drilling holes in Batista's empire. Those promised oil reserves, they were more mirage than reality. It was like watching a magician's greatest trick unravel in slow motion. Batista didn't just build companies, he built a brand. Every company name ended with an X, his personal stamp of success. MMX, MPX, OGX, LLX, OSX. It was like a corporate alphabet soup, each letter promising multiplication of wealth. For a while, it seemed like he had cracked the code of capitalism. Batista's IPO weren't just business transactions, they were events. Picture Wall Street traders doing the samba as billions poured in, each public offering like a blockbuster movie premiere, with Batista as the star, flashing his megawatt smile. Global investors weren't just partners, they were pilgrims coming to worship at the altar of Batista's success. When he spoke, the business world listened. His partnerships weren't just deals, they were alliances that seemed to reshape the global economic landscape. Imagine waking up one day and finding yourself the richest person on the planet. That was Batista in 2012. With a net worth of $34.5 billion, he wasn't just wealthy, he was in a league of his own. Private jets, yachts, and a lifestyle that made King Midas look like a pauper. Batista was living the ultimate Brazilian dream. But as we know, dreams can turn into nightmares. Batista's empire wasn't just built on oil and minerals, it was built on promises and expectations. And when these promises began to crumble, so did his empire. It was a reminder that in the world of high finance, today's titan can be tomorrow's cautionary tale. By 2013, the cracks in Batista's empire began to show. OGX, the crown jewel of his conglomerate, was failing to deliver its promises. The oil fields that were supposed to gush black gold turned out to be duds. Investors who once flocked to Batista's vision began to flee, and the stock prices of these companies plummeted. Batista's empire was built on a delicate balance of interdependent companies. When OGX faltered, it set off a domino effect. MMX, MPX, LLX, and OSX all began to wobble. Batista's strategy of leveraging one company to support another backfired spectacularly. The once mighty EBX group was teetering on the brink of collapse. In a desperate bid to salvage his reputation and his empire, Batista took out a full-page editorial in major Brazilian newspapers. He admitted to the public perception that he had ridden a wave of inflated market optimism and acknowledged the failures of OG. However, he also shifted the blame to the executives he had hired, accusing them of overinflating expectations. It was a bold move, but it did little to stem the tide of his downfall. By late 2013, OGX filed for bankruptcy, marking the beginning of the end for Batista's empire. The once celebrated billionaire was now facing financial ruin. He sold off assets, including his yacht and the real estate, in a futile attempt to save his businesses. The dream was over, and Batista's net worth plummeted from billions to mere millions. Batista's trouble didn't end with the financial collapse. In 2017, he was caught up in Operation Car Wash, Brazilia's massive corruption investigation. Accused of paying 16.5 million in bribes to secure public contracts, Batista was arrested and later sentenced to 30 years in prison. The man who once symbolized Brazilian economic potential was now a cautionary tale of hubris and corruption. Batista's rise and fall had a profound impact on Brazil's economy. His ambitious projects had promised to transform the country's infrastructure and energy sectors. Instead, they left a trail of financial wreckage and shattered investor confidence. Batista's story becomes a symbol of Brazil's boom and bust cycle, highlighting the risks of unchecked ambition and the perils of over-leveraging. Eike Batista's journey from billionaire to bankrupt offers valuable lessons for entrepreneurs and investors alike. It underscores the importance of due diligence, realistic expectations, and sound management practices. Batista's charisma and vision were undeniable, but his downfall serves as a stark reminder that even the most promising ventures can crumble without a solid foundation. In the end, Batista's legacy is a complex one. He was a visionary who dared to dream big, but his dreams were built on shaky ground. His story is a testament of the highs and lows of entrepreneurship, a cautionary tale of ambition and excess, and a reminder that in the world of business, fortunes can change in the blink of an eye.